project aimed at mitigating the impacts of COVID-19 on children, especially the vulnerable in Kanifing municipality, was on Monday launched by the Gambia Red Cross Society.
The targeted groups are the disabled children from St. John's School for the Deaf and the Gambia Organization for the Visually Inspired GOVI. Speaking at the launch of the project, the president of the Gambia Red Cross Society, Jato Silla, expressed delight in the development, describing the beneficiaries as leaders of the future. He pointed out that their impairment does not discount from the fact that they are future parents and leaders of the society. Mr. Silla remarked that the Gambia Red Cross Society is here to serve the vulnerable.
This is one of the pillars of the Gambia Red Cross Society activities, looking at the future of the Gambia, investing on the future of the Gambia. These children are the future of the society of our Gambia, and they shape the society. Being impaired does not exclude them as being future parents, future leaders of the society. So we welcome all of you. We welcome Madam Cisse, representing the able minister. We want to show you that we, as a Red Cross Society, we are here for the vulnerables. Vulnerables not only looking at disaster, looking at livelihood, looking at provision of clean water, looking at accidents, but we are also very interested in the future of the country.
The Gender and Diversity Focal Point Gambia Red Cross Society, Esatuba, said that child abuse and exploitation were not given adequate coverage during the pandemic.
With the National Child Protection Strategy 2016-2020, the Gambia government and other partners are to recognize the challenges posed by COVID-19 and other pandemics, and it encourages the country to continue to work with their institutions to develop processes that allow child support agencies to maintain program operations at the highest possible level during this challenging time, including modification of support orders where appropriate. This will help sustain an environment where all children receive comprehensive protection that contributes to the achievement of their full potential and also save them from violence, sexual and emotional abuse, neglect and exploitation. This was not fully covered during the time of COVID. As a result, the most visual determinant factor for the prevalence of COVID-19 within children in the Gambia is the child labor, such as children selling on the streets for family survival, begging on the highway streets, marketplaces, or other public places. The Child Protection COVID-19 project, funded by IFRC, at the tune of 12,000 CHF Swiss franc, which is equivalent to $600,000, to provide protection and assistance to the vulnerable children in the Gambia. We plan to be implemented in Farafenni North Bank region and Kanifing municipality.
The principal of GOVI, Natoma Kamara, said COVID-19 has made life very difficult for humanity, especially the Gambians poor. She pointed out that the country's most vulnerable people include those at GOVI and St. John's Schools for the Deaf. Mrs. Kamara lamented that the students of these schools find it tough to adhere to COVID rules due to their disabilities, acknowledging that the support from the Red Cross will be on benefit to the students.
We all know that COVID-19 has made life very difficult for human race, especially the poor people in the Gambian community. And when we talk about the vulnerable children, I think the most vulnerable ones are the ones that we have in St. John's and GOVI. We all know that most of these children are used by their families to have their living. That is, most of the time, the vulnerable children from poor background are sent to public places to beg so that the family can use that to support themselves. And it is very difficult if we expect these children to want them to go by the protocol of COVID-19, that is washing the hand, using face masks, social distance, and other things. So with the support that we are expecting here today, I hope it's going to improve our life and it will help us to maintain this for these children to stay at home. This support that we are expecting here may help us, or the schools or the beneficiaries, to be always present at school. That is, it will reduce absenteeism. Most of these children, when coming to school, they don't normally have their breakfast, and at the school, they have to eat. And a school that is able to provide adequate balanced diet for children, it is always, children are always eager to go to that school, because they will not see the school as a learning center only. They will also see the school as a home where they can stay, and it will provide them with the comfort and happiness that they need.
She pleaded with the Gambia Red Cross Society to establish a link with these schools to help the students more. Other speakers at the event include Mr. Daniel J. Mendy, the principal of St. John's School for the Deaf, Mohamed Omar Mukir, Regional Director of International Federation for Red Cross. For Star TV, this is Omar Diop.